Evaluating expressions isn't very difficult. Basically, that's where they're going to tell you what the variable is equal to. So, for example, b could equal 3, n equals 11, v equals -3. Whatever it is that you're given. But then what happens is that they give you an expression. So like b plus 2. So here's an expression. There's no equal sign, and they've now told you that b equals 3. So what we have to do is make that b into a 3, and then we simplify it, okay? Or solve, but usually we'd say evaluate an expression. Evaluating expressions where they give you the value of the variable, and you plug it into the expression, and then you take it as far as you can. So here's the answer, 5. Okay, n equals 11. Now right here what's happening is this 6 is sitting next to this n, and that means that they're going to be multiplying each other. So when I take that n and I make it into 11, it does not make it 611. That's not the case at all. I know it could look like it, but you need to put like a multiplication symbol in there, or perhaps put parentheses around the 11 to show that the 6 multiplies the 11. And this part's very, very important also. Follow PEMDAS after you plug in all of your values for the variable. So 6 times 11 is 66, and 66 plus 2 is 68. Okay, so there's our answer there. Over here, same thing. This v is a -3. So yeah, it's a fraction, but we could also think of it as division. 27 divided by v becomes 27 divided by -3, which is -9. Okay. Um, don't overthink it. There are perhaps a couple of situations I'd like to pop up on the next page to show us, but you literally just take the value of the variable, plug it into the expression, and then just solve it like you would a regular math sentence. Okay? Here we go. If r equals 9, that means that this r here becomes a 9, and that looks at 9 to the second power. And then it's all going to be divided by 9. Please remember with exponents, this does not mean 9 times 2. So this is not 18 on top. This means 9 times 9. So that's really going to be 81. And 81 divided by 9 is 9. Okay? So be careful with the exponents. Now here is one that probably will cause some issues. This r would be -4, and this t would be 2. So it becomes this. I can rewrite that fraction with this negative sign as -1/4. You can put a -1 right up at the top. Okay, times, let's see, that's -4 plus 1/8 times, because this 1/8 is timesing the t, which is 2. Now what do we do here? Well, you can make these into fractions. And you have to take care of the multiplication before you take care of the addition. So -1 times -4 is +4, and 4 times 1 is 4. Well, what's 4 over 4? 1. So all of that simplified down to 1. Let's take a look at this one. 1 times 2 is 2, and 8 times 1 is 8, which simplifies down to 1/4. So all of this circled area to the right became 1/4. This plus sign is still there. We need to add them. So it equals, quite frankly, 1 and 1/4. And that is our final answer. We've evaluated the expression. Let's take a look at this one. Sometimes people get a little concerned. This t is multiplying the u, and then all of it is being divided by 9. So the t is 2, and the u is -1. What are they doing to each other? Well, the t is multiplying the u, so this 2 needs to multiply the -1. And then we can go ahead and write in the divide by 9. I see that I can multiply on top, so 2 times -1 is -2, and here's the 9 on the bottom still. That looks like a fraction. I can't simplify it. It doesn't make a nice decimal, so that is my final answer, -2/9. Then we get down to 2 more situations. Sometimes this causes issue. This t is going to be equal to 2, so we just rewrite it. 3 parentheses 4 plus 2. Our order of operations says we have to do the parentheses first. So that will equal 3, 6. And what are they doing to each other? They're multiplying each other. So when it's tucked up right against the parentheses that's just showing multiplication, our final answer is 18, and we're finished. And here's the very last one I want to take a look at. The r is equal to negative 4. So actually, I tell you what, no, we'll be okay. Let's look at this. 3 halves times negative 4 to the second power plus 4. So let me drag this over here so that way we can see that it becomes that. The very first thing we must do is look for parentheses. Well, there's nothing to do inside the parentheses. There's no plus or minus. After parentheses is exponents. So this negative 4 is being raised to the second power. Well, negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. So we're left with 3 halves times positive 16, because negative times negative is 16, plus 4. We have to multiply before we add. How do we multiply a whole number by fraction? We've already looked at that. You put a 1 under it. 3 times 16 is 48. 2 times 1 is 2. It's 48 divided by 2, 24. So all of that, all of this becomes 24. And then we just add 4 to it, and we finish up our expression for 28.